It's Aleya Antoine. You're listening to Tease podcast. Everyone loves the tease. Stop. Don't get too excited.
Can a therapist even cancel on you? Like, think about if I was... think about if I was, on the crack, the last straw. And then she clicked, cancel. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tease podcast. Today, we're joined by...
I'm back.
Kai's back. Hi, Kai. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We actually haven't talked since we've gotten home. Am I interrupting you from drinking?
Yes.
I made me and Kai mimosas. Lately, I've been working the early shift, so I've been drinking mimosas every day after work. I don't know what that says about me. Why are you making that face?
It's strong.
It's strong? You think so? Fine, take mine.
Oh, so mine was strong.
It's strong for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so we actually haven't seen each other all day, and I have to admit, I'm really happy that you came on the pod this week. This is episode 14. Honestly, there's really nothing special going on for why I asked you to be on. I asked you to be on, one, because I enjoy talking to you, but also because, doing solo episodes and putting myself out there, week after week, it gives me so much anxiety, making reels of myself and doing, all this planning and, just doing it alone, you know what I mean? So having someone else on, I feel like, okay, now it's not just me on this week. So thank you for joining me.
You're acting like I had a choice.
You did not have a choice.
Exactly.
It was either you don't come home at all or you come home and get on the pod. So
I still haven't recovered from the bro pat you just gave me.
The bro pat I just gave
Just
you?
go like this.
What's a bro pat? Oh, like that? I feel like that's like a man pat.
It's a bro pat.
Oh, are we bros?
Nah.
No?
I didn't spill
I
it
have
yet.
a great question. If we were in a relationship, do you think that we would be friends? Would you, if we just met randomly, do you...
Because you said if we were in a relationship, I was like, what are we in now?
No, if we weren't in a relationship, right?
Oh.
Let's say one of us was straight or something. And, we just work together or something like that. Would I be your choice of friend?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Good. You would also be my choice of friend, too.
Thanks.
So today at work, for me at least, I didn't do shit. It was extremely slow. There was no one really there. But honestly, it was kind of a good thing because I was able to keep my mental health in check to come here and record. I feel like I got past the fun phase of the restaurants and I'm back to realizing how fucking shitty people are. And I know that you are doing more customer service now because you're not really in barber school anymore. You actually have clients. How do you feel about customer service and working with strangers?
Oh, I actually had one today that wouldn't stop staring at me in my face while I was doing their beard.
Oh my God, please
I had
tell
another
them
one.
how people stare at you.
Okay, so I don't know if they do it to everyone, but me, maybe because they don't know what I am. I don't know, but they just stare at me and I'm knee deep in their face this. Probably, honestly, even closer.
Really?
Come here. And I'm like that, and they're just staring into my eyes, and I'm like, oh my God, they need to look somewhere else. Sometimes I'll just stop. I'll turn around, look around, just do something with my razor or something, and then maybe go back and see if maybe they'll stop looking at me. But no, most of the time they just go right back to looking at me.
That is insane. No, we actually weren't even going to record this episode today because our house has been smelling literally like a rat died in our sink. And basically our sink was clogged, and we've been living in the same apartment for 2 years. And guess why it was clogged? There was a shot glass in the drain.
Again? I feel like that guy is sick of us. He's probably how many shot glasses are y'all gonna... But who used a shot glass?
I don't know. That's what freaked me out. Guys, this is the third or fourth time.
Yeah.
I would say that every 6 months, a shot glass gets stuck in our sink, and we have to call maintenance because our drain stops working. But I don't remember using a shot glass recently because we haven't been drinking.
I haven't used one either.
Remember when I said that customers were coming up to me at work and saying I have a happy hand. So I thought that I didn't know how to pour and I started practicing. Mm-hmm. What happened to that shot glass that I was pouring into? Like, did it ever make its way to the dishwasher?
No, because I don't remember like taking a shot glass out of the dishwasher anytime soon. I've told you so many times to put shot glasses on the other side.
Okay, now here's the worst part. I don't like washing dishes. I think every relationship, every dynamic where people live together, roommates, like you have the person who washes the dishes and the person who only washes the dishes under extenuous circumstances. So I come home and the the sink is fixed, but it smelled like nauseating. Like I walked in and felt like I got gas. So I'm washing some of the dishes while heating up corn dogs before this episode. A teaspoon that I used to portion my coffee falls down the drain. And I'm like, I don't want to go through this again. So I reach my fucking hand in, pull it out. I'm gonna gag and pull it out. And then I pour it out. We had a pot of nacho cheese, which smelled bad. I poured it in the sink and the shit splashed on my face. Keep in mind, this is not the first time I've been splashed today. My coworker, she like had a problem with her braces. So like,
this already sounds disgusting.
My coworker has had a problem with her braces. And I understand because I had braces for 6 years. But she's been swiveling around like water and salt in her mouth. And she would spit it in a cup, right? So we're all talking because it's slow and no one's there. I'm standing like we're all just like behind the bar. But there's a sink at the bar. And she throws her spit cup in the sink. Shit splashes, I don't know how, out of the sink and onto my leg. Like, so this was like the third gross splash that's happened to me today. I almost didn't eat my corn dogs because like I actually was like dry heaving in the bathroom before you came home because I was so grossed out. And then I realized that I had a second cup of coffee when I got home to have energy for the pod. And my right eye, no, this is left. My left eye was twitching uncontrollably. So then I had to eat 2 corn dogs while nauseous.
Ew, and to eat corn dogs? Ew.
That's why I said I didn't want to talk about my day until we did on the podcast, because I kind of have like told the story twice and relived it.
But on the topic of gross things at work, what I just remembered, the grossest thing about honestly being a barber is the fact that when we do shave people's beards, their face hair like flies onto us. And it, pretty much like because I'm so short, most of that hair falls onto my face. That's why when I come home and I'm like, no, you don't want to kiss me, I have hair all over my face. That's what I mean.
I didn't know it was beard hair. I thought it was head hair.
Both are still
I'm not
pretty
saying
bad.
that it needs worse, but like beard hair, I'm just thinking of like when guys eat and they're messy, like they get like shit all in their beard. Have you ever left your mouth open?
No, I actually learned my lesson the first time. Not that I had my mouth open the first time. It was more of like, I felt like I was breathing in the hairs as they would fly into my like face through my nostrils. So I just don't breathe when I do people's beards.
Imagine if you passed out like doing it.
I would rather pass out than take in any beard hair.
Oh, that sounds absolutely terrible.
Yeah, it's actually really gross, and I hate that people never talked about that.
That's true. I feel like every job has like the pet peeves and the icks that like people don't talk about. Like, someone was telling me one for a job the other day and I forgot what it was. But it was like so oddly specific. And I was like, wow, I never would have thought that's annoying. Because I literally do that when I go to that place. Whenever I go to an establishment now, I'm like, am I doing something wrong? like people will push together tables and you would think, oh, I'm helping out the host, right? But like that's actually causing
That's actually like the worst thing.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I wonder what I do at other people's places of work. Yet literally yesterday at Target, I was trying to return a skirt and I was waiting for the fitting room. And the girl literally acted like I was the most annoying person in the world. Like, she was like, are you waiting for a fitting room? And I was like, yes. She goes, and she doesn't even look at any of the fitting rooms. Like, I kid you not, you know how in a fitting room you can see people's feet? None of these fitting rooms have feet underneath. Like, they were all open, just the door was closed. And she goes, all of them are taken right now. None of them were taken. Only one of them was taken. And she was like, yeah, sorry.
She hates her job.
She left after that. Like, she didn't even stay around. She didn't stick around. She went to the back room and waited for me to leave. Speaking of fitting rooms, though, I did have a question about clothing. I was listening to a podcast. If you had to describe your style in 3 words, what would it be?
Doesn't make sense.
I thought you were going to say, like, fun, flirty, spontaneous, like, some, like, adjectives, not a literal, like, 3.
That's it.
Why would you say doesn't make sense?
I feel like my style is just so, like, different every day. Like, right now I look like, I don't know, streetwear. Tomorrow I'll put on a polo shirt and some tight pants. And then the next day I might just go out in the sweatpants.
The reason why I'm wondering this, I have been, like, thinking about clothing lately. And not in, like, a fashionable sense, but more of, like, in a societal critique type of way. I went to Whole Foods in my golf uniform, and I felt like I was treated much better than when I go in, like, a crop top and sweats.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. How were you treated better?
So, Whole Foods is where I do my Amazon returns. And when I go in my crop top and sweats, or like how I normally dress, I kind of get the sense that they're like, this could all be in my head, but I feel like I get the sense of like, of course you're returning something. You know what I mean? I went in my tennis skirt and my golf sweater and polo, and everyone was so nice to me. The guy was like, oh, you're returning it, as if it was like a shocker. You know what I mean? Not really any stares and like a couple smiles. And so I was like, does clothing really affect people's impressions of us, you think?
I would say yes. That's why people say, like, there's a time and a place to dress a certain way. I mean, there is the dress to impress kind of thing. Like, you're not going to walk into a corporate location in sweatpants or, like, in crop tops and mini skirts, you know?
Yeah. I guess it also depends on who you're trying to impress. Because, like, I would never wear my uniform around, like, a bunch of Gen Z people or like the pretty black girls. Like, I would never wear that around them. But at like Whole Foods, it was like peak fashion taste. And someone even told me I like that little get up. Get up. You know when someone comes up to you and says they like your little get up, you must not be looking like a slay cunt, sassy hoe. I don't know how I would describe my fashion sense. What would you say?
Cunty hot girl.
I don't like your little
brat. Chappell Roan brat summer.
You know what it reminds me of? When like millennials don't know how to use terms, so they just like string them all together.
That's what I was
like.
Trying
They're
to do
like
right now.
slay, demure, cutesy.
No, I'm just kidding. You definitely don't give Chappell Roan. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah. The lesbians are gonna come for you at that little dig.
Unpopular opinion, but I cannot stand Chappell Roan. I've never listened to a single song by her. I hate the
H-O-T-T.
You would know it too. Actually, today I found out actually spells hot to go. You can take me hot to go.
You didn't know it spelled hot to go?
No, because I never cared.
You know what that hot to go reminds me of? When I was in cheer as a kid and we did H-O-T-T-O-G-O. The Eagles are hot to go. I said, woo!
Anyways.
Hot. Okay, but I think that Chappell Roan would actually fuck with you. You know why? She's come out and saying that she hates being famous and she hates her fans and she like reserves the right.
Well, girly pop, I'm not a fan. I don't like you. And
so she'd actually probably kiss you on the mouth.
And I will not take the kiss on the mouth. I don't want the clout. It's just an unpopular opinion, and I know a lot of you are not going to agree with me, and that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big Chappell Roan listener. I have been listening to...
I just think she's worse than Taylor Swift.
Oh my god. Please rate the show 5 stars. Please. No.
I don't know. Her music is it's just not. Okay, my thing is, like, why are people our age listening to her music? It's like kiddie music.
It's not.
Like, kids should be listening to it, but not like adults.
Who listens to JoJo Siwa?
The same, honestly, they should have the same fan base. JoJo Siwa and Chappell Roan should have the same fan base. They should.
No, but like now that she's done like her 180, is her fan base still kids, or like are kids watching her take shots on stage?
I hope not.
Right?
But maybe that's also why fucking Gen Alpha is so crazy right now.
Who's Gen Alpha?
Generation Alpha?
Oh my god. You know what my coworker told me about? So my coworker is 16, 17. I forgot what we were talking about just because it was slow. And she goes, do y'all know what birthday fades are? What do you think a birthday fade is? Guys, what do you think a birthday fade is?
Wait, a birthday fade?
A birthday fade.
I'm gonna assume you get beat up on your birthday. At first I was gonna say, as a barber, I think it was a haircut that looks like they style the hair like birthday candles. Yeah. But then I was like, wait, let me put myself in like Generation Alpha's mindset. What's a fade? What did we used to call a fade? That's a beat up. A birthday beat up.
No, literally. So the other girl that was there is 23. So me and her are the same generation. Mm-hmm. Maybe the 17-year-old, maybe Gen Z, but she's like really close to Gen Alpha pretty much. And she was saying, she was like, oh my God, like my friend just caught a birthday fade. And I was like, what? What's that? And she was like, y'all don't have that? It's like, you have Smack Ass Tuesday, Titty Touch Tuesday, Slap Ass Wednesday, and then birthday fades, which is basically where whoever you have beef with, when their birthday comes up, you beat them up. And apparently people will stalk people's Snapchats to see
when their birthday is.
And they'll be like, this bitch's birthday's next month. She's going to catch a birthday fade. And so kids like would hide out in the principal's office their entire birthday. So that way they wouldn't catch a fade.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
She literally told me that she begged her mom not to send her to school.
On her birthday? Imagine living in fear. Like, I remember like going to school and it was my birthday and I was just like the happiest person. But you're telling me I have to go to school now in fear? What do you think you would do
if I caught a birthday fade?
No, like if somebody like posted
like
it was your birthday. If it was your birthday coming up and you knew that you had beef with people, would you go to school?
Here's the thing. I have beef with so many people that I'm so glad this doesn't exist in our generation. Because I was saying, the way that we got to it was we were talking about how we all cry on our birthdays. Mm-hmm. And I was like, every time I have a birthday, I lose friends. Like, I find out who my ops are. And she was like, yeah, I always end up crying on my birthday. Like, it's what a lot of kids do, birthday fades. She just, like, threw it in there. And if someone posted that I was going to get beat up on my birthday, I can't fight. I would not show up to school. Like, I literally was like, I would skip my birthday.
I think I would, too.
Right? Uh-huh. I remember when
I just wouldn't want to spend my birthday getting beat up. Yeah. Like, why would I want to live like that?
You know what the whole crazy part of it is? Like, I think that fights when we were in high school, it was more like, you got a problem with me? Let's fight right now. Mm-hmm. Maybe you'll schedule it sometime that week. But to, like, schedule a beat up
on someone's birthday
months in advance.
That's fucked up.
It's fucked up, right? I feel like they're so different that, like, even though we're so close in age, I already feel old because of, like, how different, like, they talk and act and everything.
And, like, what they believe in, too. I'm like...
What do you mean, what do they believe in?
Well, like, just, like, birthday...
Oh, birthday fades! Oh, my God. When they're in the workforce with us, they're going to completely, like, eat us up and spit us out. Like, we're going to...
I'm, like, scared.
We're gonna be running for our lives. Like, what if you... Imagine you're in the office and you catch a birthday fade.
You're like the CEO of your own company and you caught a birthday fade from like 5 younger people.
Oh my God. No, this day was crazy. I actually have come up with a new boundary going forward in friendships.
Oh.
I have.
What is it?
So on the topic of clothes. So I was thinking, and I was like, do you ever just randomly think about pieces that you don't have anymore for whatever reason?
Sure.
I went thrifting because I wanted a jersey for the WNBA game. And I remember they got this really cute Canada jersey. I got it at a great price. It was like $25. It was so cute. And there's 2 things that I would like to correct myself on. 1, why did you ever let me say the phrase, I posted in this, so I'm getting rid of it? The fact that I've had that mentality and I don't even have like any sort of like clout.
I have literally told you many times and you just say, I don't care, I wore it already, I'm giving it away.
Not enough people like really like dogged on me for it. And so recently I've been kind of mourning all of the clothes I've gotten rid of. And I just want to put it out there, guys, like, even if you have a huge following, if you just wait a year, no one will remember what you were wearing. And so I've been thinking about that. But also, I will never share clothes with my friends ever again, because you never know when they're gonna cut you off and they have your fucking clothes there. And I would be honest, guys, I was kind of a shady bitch, and some of the friends that I don't like anymore, they left their stuff here and I sold it on Marketplace. Then maybe this is my karma. I was thinking about the Canada jersey, and my ex-best friend, the one that lives in Texas, has that jersey because when she visited, she was like, oh, this is so cute. Like, can I borrow it? She was like, I don't want to have it because it's yours. I was like, yeah, next time I'm in Texas, I'll just get it back from you. This is also the girl that broke up with another friend of hers and kept their Louis Vuitton.
You're not getting that jersey back.
I'm not getting the jersey back.
It's probably on her Depop.
Oh my God, I wonder if it's on her Depop.
It probably is.
It probably is on her Depop. Because she said that she was thinking about selling the other girl's Louis. Her ex-best friend left a Louis Vuitton at her house and she kept that. Would you keep a Louis from someone? I don't think that I would go that far.
If it's certain people, like if you were to...
Okay, if it was like the girl was like only a mild off. Like nothing like what I would compare my friends to.
Or like what the ones that I've gone through
It was kind
recently.
of like a cat fight.
Oh no, I wouldn't keep that. I would either reach out to her and be like, hey, like, I have your Louis. Do you want it back?
Yeah.
But if it was like the shady people I've met recently, like I would keep that shit.
To be fair, they're both rich girls.
She shouldn't keep it for herself. She should give it to somebody else.
Like I'm like, maybe they see a Louis Vuitton the same way that we see a fucking like $20 jersey.
But she's not. Your friend isn't rich.
She's not rich, but she's spoiled, which is like I feel like it does the same thing to your brain.
No,
sometimes. Really.
No, I think in her mind she's still broke because she is. She doesn't have money to herself. She doesn't. It's all her mom's money.
That is true. What would you do like with our kid? What would like your money plan be with them? I love hearing people's perspectives on this. If we ever had a kid,
I think that if they suck at school and they have no goals or aspirations or like they don't go into the military, I don't know. Like if they don't have any plans during and after, like once they graduate high school, they're not going to be on my money. Yeah. They're going to be on their own. Yeah. I'll help them a little bit to stay alive. Yeah. But other than that, like they're not getting any money from me. Yeah. But if they go into something, like whatever they want to go into, if they want to pursue something, I don't care if it's fucking hairstyling, I don't care if it's barbering, I don't care if it's doing nails, I don't care if it's construction. As long as it's something, like I will support them all the way.
I feel like I would be like a needs not wants parent. Like I would be cool helping out paying like the needs, but I wouldn't like cover like their wants. You know what I mean? So like
same
needs would be housing, car, that kind of stuff. But like if they just wanted like a fucking Telfar, like you work.
Yeah, they're gonna have to work for it.
I feel like those are like...
I think it depends though at what age they're at. Like let's say they're like a freshman in high school. If they really want to Telfar, I don't know, get good grades and you can get one.
Yeah, like that's kind of like working in a way when you're a kid. That's like the equivalent of what you could do.
If they have good grades, if they're respectful, like if they haven't gone into fights, like if they're short, if
they haven't done a birthday fade on another kid,
if they have good morals, and they're like still a freshman, sophomore in high school, like sure, your attitude can get you rewarded. Yeah, good behavior, I'll reward. Yeah, but once you hit junior, I know that you can work a little bit, so you're going to have to find your way to get that stuff.
Yeah, that's a good policy. Yeah, I feel like Gen Z would be like bomb ass parents, and I don't know if I want a kid, but. Yeah. Guys, I tried to go back to therapy.
And then you got ghosted.
I don't know where I stand with therapy at this moment. Everyone says to do it and that it's going to like change your life and you're going to be so much better because of it, right? And like I'm speaking as someone who has like I've done therapy, individual readed therapy. To me, therapy is like the equivalent of a job. Yeah, you should have a job. Finding a job that you're going to stay at and that you want to do and that's like actually good is fucking hard. That like ruined my day. I literally woke up bright-eyed and bushy. Why are you laughing?
Because you woke up at like the crack of dawn.
Guys, okay, here's the story. I woke up at 8:45 because I was supposed to work at 11 because I scheduled therapy because I don't think it's any secret that, like, I could benefit from it. Like, I think that if you've heard my podcast, it's no secret. So I was listening to my last episode, and I was like, okay, like, I should schedule a therapy appointment. I finally did it. I scheduled one, like a teledoc one. I wake up super early. I'm like, I'm going to do a whole session, then I'm going to go to work. I am in the waiting room 2 minutes before, and she canceled on me to reschedule. And it just, can a therapist even cancel on you? Like, think about if I was... think about if I was, like, on the crack, like, the last straw. And then she clicked, cancel.
I think it's crazy that she canceled, like, 2 minutes before.
While I was in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I'm thinking about, like, okay, think of, like, those men, right? And they're, like, angry and toxic, and they definitely need therapy. And the wife's like, please, please, please go to therapy. And they're like, fine, I'll go. Now imagine if they finally are going, and boom, the therapist canceled.
They ain't never going to a therapist.
There should be a law against that, right?
Yeah.
Because it said that if I canceled, I would get fined $50. I would have to pay, not fined. I would have to pay $50. And why doesn't she have to pay me $50 for emotional distress, right?
That's very true. That's how it should be for everybody. Like, even me as a barber, like, if I cancel on my client, I feel like I should pay them, like, $10 at least.
Yes. Like, why can my nail lady cancel on me?
Yeah. And then if you cancel, like, boom, $150 out your pocket.
Exactly. No, I actually don't understand that logic. Like, I feel like if someone, like, if you're providing a service and someone books it and you have a policy, like, it should go both ways. Or at least, like, maybe I could see, like, for a customer, 24 hours, and for you, maybe 5 hours or something like that, like a little bit like of a looser one. But I still feel like there should be like some sort of incentive for the person getting canceled on, because like I went to bed early. I like specifically scheduled certain things. I didn't do certain things. I didn't smoke weed the day before because I didn't want to wake up with brain fog.
That's crazy, Aleya.
What's crazy about this? Her or me? Spoken like someone who should go.
Both.
No, I'm done with therapy right now. And no one come at me saying, oh my God, Aleya doesn't support it. Here's the thing. The wellness girlies have gotten out of control with the therapy heals all, because it does help a lot, but there needs to be more discourse about how hard it is to get to that place where you're actually being helped. Right? It's like when you have a job, we work at Whataburger, you're not telling people everyone should work at Whataburger. You're telling, like, you know what I mean? You're telling about your career. Like, I feel like there's stepping stones to it, because my first one, she sucked, and she basically told me I was very entertaining. At that point, I felt like I was just giving her a podcast, like story times. Are therapists allowed to like hysterically laugh or say like, girl, what's the update?
I mean, I've definitely, no one has ever hysterically laughed at my problems.
Then the second one, no matter what I said, she always said, oh, what was the thing that she always told me? The one that I just had that I spent like $2,000 on, no refund or...
Oh, yeah. That was crazy.
The same response to everything. She was like, and is it possible that two realities exist at once? To every single thing that I said. Or I would say that it always be like, and how did that make you feel? And then I would say how it made me feel. And how did that make you feel to say how that made you feel? And then I would say how it made me feel to say how it made me feel. And she'd be like, and is it possible that there's multiple words? Like, it got to the point to where I would tell her story and I would, like, in my head be like, and how did I love it? And so, yeah. But I know that you like, do you like therapy? Be devil's advocate.
No, I had a very positive one, honestly. And I got lucky because it was free. It was through the military. And I mean, we did couples therapy there, and I also did individual therapy, and I thought it was amazing. I mean, I feel fixed. Oh, I have had a therapist ghost me, actually. No, I ghosted her. We ghosted each other. But,
no one showed up to the appointment.
well, it was like both. One time she canceled, and then the other time I canceled. Well, I didn't cancel, I just didn't show up. And so that one was a bad experience because she just kind of sucked. But then when Aleya told me I had to go to therapy, I made it. Both of the therapists, the one with the couple therapy and my personal one, they were both really good. Like, they actually really cared about me, and they wanted to understand you and like actually like make you better and make you into a better person.
Yeah, I'm mad that I ever wasted time with the other one. I should have gone straight to like the place that we went. But now my military ID doesn't work anymore. This podcast is like the definition of a therapy journey. Like, We'll see what happens next. I let you have good experiences with it, though. I truly believe in it. I'm not gonna lie. I believe in the process. I believe in all of it, and I know that it can be extremely amazing. I'm just saying that, like, people don't talk about how hard it is to really get to that point.
I think I got lucky. Because, I mean, before I used to say, like, therapy isn't worth it. Like, therapy sucks. I'm not going to therapy. I don't believe in it. It was because of my negative experience from before. And Aleya was like, I'm breaking up with you. And if you don't go to therapy, we're never getting back together. So then I said, okay, let me take my ass to therapy. And so I went to therapy and I had a great experience.
That wasn't verbatim, but yeah.
No, it wasn't verbatim, but it was basically the gist.
I think now I've tried like 5 different ones. And so we'll see what happens next. I'm going to take another month break, though. But
honestly, if you see me in the military again, it'll be because I'm trying to go see those same therapists in the future.
if guys in the military, you can just know we finally found therapy. Okay, I want to do a little swervy swerve. You to do it. Swervy swerve. You want to play a game?
Yeah.
Let's end this episode with a game. Okay, so me and Kai get told all the time that we're like the stereotypical opposite couple. Like the loud one and not so loud one. I would never label myself obnoxious.
You're calling me obnoxious?
No, I was saying like...
Oh, you're obnoxious.
I wouldn't say I'm obnoxious, right?
I plead the fifth.
You're lying. Anywho, I want to play a game, and it's called Opposite Reaction. So you ready? Basically, each of us is going to be given the same scenario, and you have to describe how you would naturally react to it. But you have to try to also guess each other's opposite response before revealing your own. Guys, y'all should play this at home with someone who's opposite of you. I have the scenarios. Think of what you would do. Think of what I would do. We both share the opposite one, and then see who got it right. You're running late to an important event. How do you react? How do you think I would react?
Oh, this is all my fault. Like, if I had just gotten ready so much earlier, literally, like, my life sucks. I can't get my shit together. That doesn't even matter that my car broke down. That's literally all my fault. Literally, everything is my fault.
Okay, I think that you would react. You're running late to the point of it. You would be like, if you can't see, I'm making like a frowny face. Aleya, are you almost ready? Damn, we were supposed to be there like in 20 minutes. We're never going to be there on time. We're never going to be there on time. We just shouldn't even go. We just shouldn't even go. I can't even look at you. I told you that I wanted to leave at this time. If you would just listen, then we would be able to leave on time. Like, I've been ready. But while they're saying all this, they're like putting on rings and blow drying their hair. Did I get yours right?
Yeah, I would say yeah.
You got
They're
that
good.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I would be crying and very upset about it, but then also I would still be remaining late. Like, I wouldn't be any faster.
No, you would just be crying, upset, and still moving just as slow, and still be late.
And I'd probably be later because of it. Okay. Your partner accidentally forgets your anniversary. What's your next move? I think that if I forgot our anniversary and you remembered, you would go mute.
Like, I just wouldn't talk to you.
Yeah. Like, you would just be in a funk all day. And then at the very end of the day, you'd be like, I mean, it's not like there was anything important today. It was just our anniversary.
That's so accurate. I think if I forgot, you would be the one to call me out. You'd be like, you know what day it is? It's our anniversary. So what are you going to do for me now? Because you forgot, so now you have to make up for it like 10 times more. So take me to Fogo de Chao, get me some new clothes. I want a new bag. Like, you gotta make up for the fact that you forgot. Like, you would make me remember.
Like, probably 30 minutes to an hour from when we woke up. And if you didn't say anything, I'd be like, hand over the next. A friend cancels last minute on a plan you were excited about. Fuck, this is my pet peeve. What do you do?
If it was you, you'd be like, I'm done with them. I'm cutting them off. They're so disrespectful. Fuck them. They just wasted my whole day, my whole time. Now what the fuck am I gonna do? I could have been editing the podcast instead of getting ready for this shit. And now I'm never talking to them again.
You went hard with it. I could have been editing the podcast because, like, that was a verbatim script of what I would have said.
I know.
You're actually the type to get kind of sad. Like, you would be like, well, I guess I'm not going anymore. And you would sadly take off your clothes and just kind of pout throughout the day. And you just go about your day. But then you also wouldn't want to admit that you were that sad about it. You'd be like, I mean, it's fine. We're not that close anyways. And then you would never, ever make plans with them again.
That's true, but I'm also trying to think of who has done that to me.
Man has done that to
Man
you.
has. Man, I'm calling you out.
Ethan, man, get your ass over here. He's like your cancel friend.
He is my cancel friend. That is exactly how I reacted every time, too.
Yeah, but then you're different from me because you end up giving another chance after like 2 weeks.
That's true.
Mine, I like will never see them again.
That's true. But I don't invite them. They have to invite me the next time.
That is true. And then you say yes.
And then they cancel on me again.
You've had a huge disagreement with someone close to you. What's your approach?
I feel like y'all would be stonewalling each other, so y'all wouldn't be speaking for a while. And then eventually y'all would talk, and either you would act like nothing ever happened, and you'd be like, the vibes are fine now. Or I feel like actually, you know what, with Kai, this is a two-way street. No, three-way street. There's 3 options Kai will do if Kai has a huge argument with someone. The first one is don't talk, then they talk again, the vibes are good. It's fine. Handling it like a true straight dude. Or you argue about it, and then the vibes are either good or bad, but either way, it's not that big of a deal because you argued about it. Or you full on rage and dwell on it and cry and scream. Your face gets red, and you are fighting the urge to drive to their house and give them a birthday fade.
That's true.
Those are the 3.
Yeah. And I honestly feel like the third one takes over me quite a lot.
It does.
I think honestly, I think it's kind of a reverse. I think it's third one first, and then I'll like calm myself down like in the span of an hour, and then I'll be like, you know what? I think it also depends on what the person did too.
And it depends on who the person is.
Because there's some people like where I have been able to, I'll like almost want to like go drive and give them a birthday fade. I'll then calm down. Then I'll be like, okay, like it's fine. Like we're both in our like moods. Mm-hmm. Talk again. Feels are good, cool. Feels are bad. You're just distant now.
Yeah. When you're in your rage mode too, like I don't interfere.
No.
It's just something that like a Pisces angry is like, I would compare it to like a Napoleon type of saying. Like you don't stand in Napoleon's way. You just hope he doesn't take over your own personal country.
Was he like scary underwater guy?
Neptune.
Neptune.
Is that who the scary underwater guy is?
I think so.
Ursula?
Genuinely think that Pisces, like when they're mad, like
Are worse.
Ursula and like fucking Neptune come into our bodies because we are crazy when we get mad.
Yeah. How would I handle a situation?
It literally just depends on who the person is for you. It's either you rage text them after the argument or you let it be.
I think.
But you're definitely the type that will be really sad about it and hide it.
I think that you left out something very important with my reactions is that I get sad about it, but okay, if I don't care about you, then I would talk about it again and then it's whatever. If like at one point I cared about you, I am definitely a let's just call Taylor up type of person. And I will let you know exactly what's wrong with you. Like I have never had a fight with a person where I didn't at least attempt to call them to cuss them out. Like not a text. The text is what I do when they won't pick up my phone calls. But I schedule calls like, hey, can I speak to you?
That's true. People will be like, I only have 15 minutes. Okay. Well, here's what I have to say in these 15 minutes.
Or I'll be like, I remember one of them, she was like, I only have 15 minutes. I was like, you're going to have to make more time.
Nah, she made more time.
Everyone makes more time. There's only been a few people who have dodged my rage. And honestly, you're a pussy if you dodged my rage. I feel like from an Aries, like, I feel like you should be able to handle the smoke. Because if you're already friends with an Aries, then you already know what I'm like. So, like, get over it and boss up. Not to mention, everyone's been older than me. So, like, to me, it's kind of like, how you gonna let me pick on you?
That's true, though. Like, how you gonna let me rage text you, rage call you, tell me to give me more time on a phone call so I can yell at you
And
for the
whole
next
time you're like 2
hour.
to 5 years older than me, and like definitely twice my size.
You're at a party where you barely know anyone. What's your reaction?
I think that you're comfortable being around people that you don't know, but you're definitely the type to like kind of quietly go around, be like kind of smiling, but then also doing your little head thing to show I'm part of the know, I'm having fun. And then when someone talks to you, you're like kind of clammy and you're like, hi, and you make conversation. And then you're fine, and you take a couple of drinks, and all of a sudden it's like you knew everyone before.
Yeah, a little bit. I would say somebody has to come up to me and talk to me. I will not go up and talk to anyone else. Since I'm alone, like, I will be, like, in the corner. Maybe I'll be snacking. Like, I will try my best to have something in my mouth so that it doesn't look like I could have the opportunity to speak to someone, and I'm just speak to someone, and I'm just choosing not to.
So funny. I literally just saw a commercial for Instacart where the guy, he's like feeling awkward because everyone's at a party. He doesn't know who to talk to. So he Instacarts food so he could just eat it and be like, yeah, I'm having fun, but my mouth's just full.
And that's crazy because it's literally like how I think.
Next time you're on the pod, we need to tell the Naughty Santa party story.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't told y'all that. We're going to tell it next time for sure.
I think you would either, it depends on the type of party.
Let's say mine depends
let's say
on the party.
if you were invited by someone, then I think your first move would be to go find that person that invited you. You thank them, and then all of a sudden they start introducing you to people, and that's usually how it goes. Like, then you're in, then you're fine. Or if you're just like at a regular party, I think you would probably go to the bar and go to get a drink first. See if maybe you can make talk with like people at the bar to get you a drink or something. I don't really know.
Wow.
And then once you have your drink, depends on how you're feeling, depends on what kind of party it is. You're either at the front or at the back after you get your drink.
This is a great topic. Guys, if you're going to a party, I say the best way to do it is to first talk to whoever invited you or go to get a drink. Because I feel like getting a drink, you naturally just meet other people and can make conversation, which is why I do that. And you literally just did my play-by-play for parties when I don't know someone. It depends on the type of party. If I think that it's lame and I don't have to be there, I'll eventually just leave. But I think it's like poppin', and then I'll make the effort to like talk to people. But I always make sure to have a drink in my hand. Even if you don't drink, get like a fucking Sprite. Because I don't know, everything's less awkward when you're just holding something.
That's true. That's
Everything's
very
so
true.
much, and it just looks like you're part of the vibe. Like it looks like you're attempting to be fun.
Have fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Your boss gives you unexpected negative feedback at work. What's your first move?
I think that if your boss gave you negative feedback at work, you would stare at them cold-faced, but you would come home and think about it for a really long time and possibly cry and talk about how you're not qualified for the job anymore.
Yeah, you're right. I'll either have a little bit of sass to
You will
it.
catch a major attitude.
Yeah, I will catch a major attitude. Like, it's either going to be like, what do you mean? Like, what did I do wrong? What did I not satisfy you with? Or it'll be man, like, it's okay. Yeah, like, I get it. Like, I'll do better next time. And then in my car, I will think about it. I will probably be crying about it. And then I will go home and tell Aleya how I should quit barbering.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like at your job, if somebody were to tell you that you sucked, you would just be like, okay. But I think if somebody said that like if a bigger person were to say that about your podcast, I think that would be it for the podcast.
Bye,
You would
guys. It was
definitely-
good knowing you. Yeah, I think that I have had help, though, because of my podcasting class that I took, that it helped me a lot because I got used to, like, constructive criticism. Because, like, I don't know if y'all know this, but, like, my first, like, I would say 1 through 6 episodes, I was submitting those episodes also to my class discussion board. And yes, I know how I talked, but I was submitting it to my class discussion board. And I was getting real-time feedback from like communication students, and people were like, oh, it's good, but they would give me critiques. Like one girl was like, they're just benefits, like that one's too long, fix this about your audio, do this like when you're trying to segue, stay more on topic with this. And I think that kind of helps it to where now I feel like I would be able to accept criticism. And the reason why I'm also saying this is because I actually got picked to do an interview with my teacher once the class ended on his YouTube channel. So I think that I would be fine with it, but I think that as someone like knowingly like ripped me to shreds, I would have to like listen to like Sophia Franklin or something, because like I feel like she knows how to deal with that to get me out of it. Or I would like to think now that like I'm kind of invincible to that kind of stuff, only because I've grown the bone for it and I had that review that one time. So I think that I would be fine, but I think that sometimes what it also is that like if I were to get that, like I would go out of rage, like who is this person?
That's true.
Who is this bitch? Like, come at me. Let her catch a birthday fade. But I think that like at the point that I'm at now, like I know that this is somewhat good and I feel confident in it. And like with the feedback that I've gotten, I think that it's helping a lot of people who don't have a podcast to listen to. So I think I've gotten past the point to where I would ever end it because of someone else.
It would just be more of like a rage thing. Like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, I think as an Aries, I either get sad or I go into rage mode. And I think that I did the sad mode with my class. Like, there'd be times after my discussion board where I would be like in tears. But not because someone said something mean. But I think that now I'm at the point to where I would be like in full on like, okay, let's talk. Well, that is everything that we have for y'all today. I know that this episode wasn't like the hard-hitting facts, but I thought that it was important to also keep it just fun banter, and I hope that you had fun talking with us and that you could relate to some of the things. Don't catch a birthday fade. And do you have anything that you want to say, Kai?
No.
Okay, guys. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube, follow the podcast. Please rate and review on Apple and Spotify, pretty please. And be sure to write in questions, stories, advice on the form linked into my bio. And last but not least, tune into the playlist when you need a confidence boost or you're feeling down. I will see y'all next Tuesday. I love you guys. Cheers.
I don't have any in mind. Oh.